Hey guys, welcome to Read Between the Lines
with Naomi and Haley.
So today we're going to be talking about the book Why Men Love
by Sherry Argov.
So I think first thing that we should talk about is the name of the book for bitch, and it's not used in the derogatory sense of the word of like a female dog, but talking about women like reclaiming the independence in a relationship and in the dating scene. Directly out of the book, I think attraction principle number 8, which says the biggest variable between a bitch and a woman who is too nice is fear. The bitch shows him she's not afraid to be without him. And I think that really sums up a little bit of like what the book is for what a bitch is. And it's the woman that's independent.
Well, 5, if you start out dependent, it turns him off. But if it's something he can't have, it becomes more of a challenge for him to get it. So you don't want to show him all your cards on the first date and be like super dependent on him, because then he's going to be like, yo, this girl's crazy.
But society has a standard of like a Netflix and chill is a good first date.
No.
What? Like what?
Where have the standards gone?
No, exactly. And then people wonder why, oh, where are my flowers? Maybe because you took Netflix and chill as the first date. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, let's be real here. If a guy asks for your number and he's like, do you want to come over? Like,
taking you seriously.
You don't even know him. That tells you right there what he sees you as.
He's gonna push the boundaries and see how far he can get with you.
Exactly.
So if he asks you to come over at 12 p.m., he's like, you up? And you come over, Sandra's gone. And then that goes into not canceling your plans if he like.
Yes. So the book, how like you shouldn't see them all the time, but also it's okay to say no sometimes. Ask me to hang out, like I can move these assignments to later. But even the book says if you had plans to paint your toenails,
don't cancel.
Don't cancel. Like, don't cancel your plans.
Yeah. My independence, I'm keeping my separate life from you, but I also want you in my life.
Are a lot of points in the book that I disagree with.
Me too.
And
it promotes like really bad communication styles.
I agree. In the idea of first few dates, you know, there's no label. Getting to know each other, I think it's really good for. But when it comes to when it's talking about relationships and marriages, that's where I disagree.
It's one of the principles says that men respond to like silence over like words. A girlfriend is not going to be a mind reader, and you can't just like give them the silent treatment every time they hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
Just communicate. It's not that hard.
Like if he's not answering you,
there's a reason.
Move on.
If he's treating you like this at the very beginning, who wants to know how he's going to treat you if you actually start dating?
Yes.
There's no point to pursue it at this point.
Exactly. And people think like, oh, the idea I can fix him.
No.
What you start at,
that's your best.
That's your best. How they treat me, am I okay with being treated for the rest of my life? And I feel like a lot of people's answer is no.
Yeah.
But they don't want to admit that. And they're scared of losing the security of somebody.
Because men love their freedom. They really do. And the second they're like, that their freedom gets taken away a little bit, they're going to retaliate. They're going to leave you because they're like, I need my free time.
Yeah, so I think that the book, I mean, the title as it is, it's pretty vulgar, Why Men Love bitches. So I think as I read through it, a certain level of empowerment that I think that I read black and white. And so I wrote down this number. There's a few that I disagree with, but I think the most notable one, attraction principle number 39. It says men don't respond to words, they respond to no contact. And I think to a degree that can be true, maybe like before you're in a relationship, but I think in a relationship it's absolutely the opposite. And obviously if we're not in a relationship, there's no committal like sense to it, and we're just really getting to know each other. No contact is going to kind of make me want to reach out to you a little bit more.
I don't think it works.
Really?
No.
Okay, for like going out with someone?
I mean, I'll say it's 50-50 because like you could go no contact and because you're mad at them and you're like, okay, well, they need to figure out what they did wrong.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be like, oh, why isn't she talking to me? Because apparently did something. But if a guy doesn't care, he's going to be like, oh, on to the next. Like, I'm going to go find someone that's actually going to talk to me.
After that coffee date, you know, like let's say it all goes well. Like, but then after that, she starts like texting you a lot. You know, she starts like, hey, like let's FaceTime. How are you going to react?
I was just in like a talking phase, I guess, if you want to label it that, with this girl for about a week and maybe like 3 days. And it progressed really fast. We spent a lot of time together. And I'll take accountability on that. But it was very mutual on both ends. And so I think where it went wrong and kind of like was a big turnoff for me was that we were doing relationship things outside of a relationship. And she ended up like having these feelings for me that were a lot more than mine were for her. Yeah. She expected to see me every day. She took every opportunity out of her day that she had free time to try and see me, to talk to me, to call me. And it honestly kind of became annoying because I ended it. And I called her and I talked to her about us not being on the same page. And honestly, I think all of those things kind of like diminishes how attractive she was to me, not even physically.
Attraction is initial, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're acting like you don't have the confidence, you don't see your own worth, a guy's not going to see it.
If you become attached to a man in a week, they're going to be like, you have no respect for yourself.
Yeah, they're not going to care.
Okay. I give it like 7 out of 10.
Okay. I was going to say like 6.5, 7.
Yeah.
I think it's
I think you need to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.